More testing, longer hours and tougher discipline. The Education Secretary's plan for England's school.
This is ITV News at 6:30 with Mary Nightingale and Alistair Stewart.
Good evening. Micheal Gove believes a divide runs through England's school system, and he says he wants to smash what he calls the Berlin Wall between private and state education. Mr Gove's overhaul would impose longer hours, tougher discipline and set pupils more tests.
But teaching unions say the Education Secretary is simply playing politics. They say many state schools are excellent and claim the changes will just demoralise the profession. Here's our political correspondent, Libby Vina.
Well, the political finger-pointing is little help to those living in the worst affected areas, of course. Today, the Environment Agency said ministers must decide whether to protect towns or country, claiming it can't afford to defend both. Well, our correspondent Dan Rivers is in Langport. Dan. Investigators in New York have found more evidence of drug abuse in the apartment block where Philip Seymour Hoffman died.
The actor's body was discovered yesterday after a relapse on addictions that he'd fought for much of his life. Our Washington correspondent Robert Moore has the latest.
Still to come on the programme.
His remarkable claims and the rest of the day's news when we come back.
The former government minister Tim Yeo has been deselected as the Conservative Party's candidate in South Suffolk. The last will and testament of Nelson Mandela has revealed his benevolence extends even beyond the grave. Among the beneficiaries of an estate totalling £2.5 million are charities, schools and his former party, the ANC. And as our Africa correspondent Rohit Kachru reports, he's even set aside money for his former driver and his cook. And finally, a Mexican fisherman who was swept ashore more than 5,000 miles from home is claiming he survived 13 months adrift.
Jose Salvador Alvarenga says he lived on raw fish and seagulls as his boat drifted across the Pacific Ocean. But as Richard Pallo reports, some are questioning his story. Now here's Mark Austin with what's on tonight's ITV News at 10.
Do join me and Mark later. He won't be interrupting me.
No,
but
I
for
apologise
now,
for that.
bye-bye.
You finished?
Yeah.
Goodbye.